Video. I just thought I'd mention that Darwin's hamster made a video. I like Darwin. I like Joe. And it's a little bit of physics, but it's just about pushing carts and momentum and stuff. And I don't know. It's just charming. He's sort of in the mood to make videos, he says. So maybe I can get him to watch the draft science videos. Maybe. He's got a physics degree. It'd be kind of interesting to get his opinion. Have an interchange on the subject. So I'll have to work on that. In other news, Flyora posted a video of some crap by the, the crap head. Logic crap. Crappy logic, yeah. Anyway, so I just thought I'd do a first video, let's say, on this, I guess we'll have to call it the to them gap. So this is the To Them Gap, Volume 1. And they just keep talking about this word empathy. And they've never dissected this emotion, I guess. Empathy for me is a selfish emotion, I have to admit. I mean, my empathy is usually maybe 90, 95, 99% of the time a perception of fear. And that's all it is. I just imagine it happening to me, not them. And all of a sudden I know it's a bad thing. It seems quite apparent that it's a quite horrible thing if I imagine it happening to me. But yeah, they are thems. I'm not a loving kind of person. By nature, I'm a selfish, I-wanty kind of beast. And the only thing that gives me any kind of beauty as a human being is the recognition that pretty much it's just all about bigotry, right? Once you're not a bigot to yourself, once you realize that you're not the universe, that you're not the game, it's really not difficult to figure this out, right? So really it's not that these people lack empathy, it's that they're preposterous bigots. That's all it's about. They're just fucking bigots. Because I think they do fear the stuff happening to them. And they just have annihilated, they've just niggered everybody else with a to them. So yeah, I mean, to them sounds better than nigger. But all they're saying, every time you hear the words to them, they're just saying nigger. That's all they're doing. They're just niggered everyone. And that's all. There's nothing else to it, because if it was their twin brother, identical twin brother, I think they could look into his eyes and say, oh shit, he's in pain, and this isn't good because I know how I feel when I'm in pain, and he's obviously my twin brother, so he's obviously doing exactly the same thing. Well, let's not even say twin brother, because you can hate your twin brother. Let's just say right now I just morph into two Garys, right? And there's two Garys in the room. Now obviously that Gary is now a them. But I damn well he's going to be looking right at me saying, don't be calling me no them, you fucker. I mean, he's going to see right the fuck through that shit. And he's going to be saying, what, you just themmed me, you fucker? Oh no you don't. I'm me, okay? You're the copy, fucker. I'm the real fucker. No, I'm going to them you, you fucker. So I'm going to get into a them fight with myself. No, I'm too fucking smart for that. I'm not even going to have a single solitary problem with the idea that, yeah, we got to watch out for each other, right? Broken leg for you? Oh, broken leg for me. Same difference, right, buddy? Yeah, we know that. I can't eat your feet. Yeah. You can't eat my liver? Yeah, we know this. Not complicated. So that's one way to just eviscerate this argument, right? Is just to say, if I just make these other creatures that you're theming, okay, into identical copies of yourself at this exact moment, all of a sudden you're not going to think them is too smart a title. You're going to start thinking, well, them is idiotic and moronic and ignorant. And even if you don't think it, like I said, your them is going to say it to you, right to your fucking cunt face. He's going to kick you in the nuts and say, damn, you're a stupid fucker. How could I be a copy of you? Because I'm not nearly as dumb as you. And that kind of thing. So this is just about seeing a distinction and using the distinction as an excuse. It has bigger feet, therefore It can fall off cliffs, and it's okay. I can't fall off cliffs because I'm cool. I don't have big, giant, monstrous, huge feet, so I'm cool. Big feet people, nah, they're not cool. Fuck them. I mean, we wouldn't do this. Should they do this on the news? A man was hanging on a cliff for 7 hours today, but it only happened to him. So don't worry, it's not news. Fukushima melted down for the 1400th time, and 743 million people were irradiated. But it only happened to them, so don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. It didn't happen in the universe. It wasn't an event. I mean, I know this is called the news, but that's not really news because it's thems, right, guys? Right, so that's not news. I should be talking about what's happening to you. You're the only one that's important. Why am I talking to all these other people? They're all fucking thems anyway. Why the fuck am I in this room and doing the news about life on Earth when I really should just be telling you about how my day and what I did today? Because obviously that's the only place that real meaningful suffering or real meaningful feelings happen. Nobody else does anything of any interest because they're all thems. Yeah, that's... So, yeah, alright, I'll come up with some, more concise little statement pointing out that this to-them argument is idiotic. Zebra stripes aren't to them. So, I mean, all this stuff is it's just not a to them. It's just something you recognize as happening. Things happen. And one of the things that happens is feelings. And it just doesn't matter what vessel the feelings are happening in. It's the feelings that are important. That is not complicated. It is the identification of the feeling process, if that's the way. If you don't want to say feelings like they have an ether, fine. It's identification of the fact that a sentient vessel is having feelings. This is not a to-themable event. It's an event, period. When it happens to me, it's an event, period. When it happens to them, it's an event, period. And there's no effing rational difference between when it happens to me and when it happens to them. There's only an irrational, them is just niggas, difference. So yeah, let's just identify the bigots for what they are. Let's reveal them, okay, for this slimy to-them shit. It's just a fucking pejorative, and that's all it is. It's just a way to say it doesn't mean anything, because it's a them. And again, empathy has nothing to do with it. Empathy has to first have recognition. First, you have to be able to recognize a circumstance before you can have empathy. It's a rational process, not an irrational process. And the rational process is kind of simple. You see something happen, you project yourself into the circumstance, you recognize the circumstance is bad, because you know what good and bad is because you are experiencing it, and you have a sensation of fear more than anything else, and a fear and a projection of identification with the vulnerability that exists. If it can happen to them, it could happen to me. But anyway, you don't need any emotion. You don't need empathy. You don't need fear. You don't need any of that. All you need is the simple recognition process. Here's the news. This is what's happening in the universe. Not what's happening to you. What's happening to things of relevance and significance on planet Earth. So I guess I could change the language maybe. Maybe I'll come up with a way to say when something happens, maybe we can just say, instead of we'll say to them, we'll say to a significant being. To a sensitive consciousness. And then we can just eviscerate this to them thing by just replacing it with to a significant vulnerable consciousness. There. Now we're done, right? Because now we've properly identified the other being instead of trying to think of a proper way to describe just a gross bigotry, but I didn't come up with one, so we'll have to do without a word for that. So anyway, this is volume 1. I don't know when I'll do volume 2 because I don't know when I'm going to take notes. I don't know when I'm going to have time for any of this shit. But it seems to me we should be able to make a pretty concise, rock-solid argument pointing out that to say somebody else's suffering is a them event is just a way of avoiding responsibility and accountability for the fact that it exists, and you claim you claim you understand that it's bad, and yet you don't do anything. Yeah, that's just selfish, and you're just finding rationalizations and excuses not to do anything when you know you would do it if it was you. Or if it was your identical copy guy. If it was Gary too, I'm sure I'd be motivated, because I'd know exactly how bad it is, and I'd know exactly what the feelings were like, and I wouldn't have any difficulty figuring out that's gotta be bad because that's goddamn me.